I'm getting married today. I am marrying the craft. I need a recommitment. I've been feeling sort of disconnected from the craft lately. And I've been kind of thinking about this for a while. I have a good relationship with the craft. We have a good foundation, okay? But lately, I've been feeling a separateness in our power, okay? Where my power is over here and this ancestral, continual freaking power, okay, of witchcraft is over here. The egregoric power of witchcraft is over here. And there's not really a melding between me and the craft lately. Kind of like we've gotten into a rut a little, you know? So I've been feeling like I need to recommit. And it's gonna be beautiful and sacred. And the only way that I could think of in my romantic brain to make this come about was a wedding, a marriage. And so I've been taking copious amounts of notes on the concept of wedding, on the concept of what a marriage is. And while a wedding is beautiful, okay, I don't think that that is a good enough reason for marriage, okay? And I don't think that, like, when I think about coming into a relationship, whether it be new or existing or whatever, when I'm coming into a relationship, I have to think about what that means to me and how it's good to stay an individual. So I'm staying myself. The craft is over here being its egregoric, beautiful self, okay? But in order for us to work together, for us to co-create, for us to be partners, there has to be a blending. And I can't come at it with the attitude like, I need you, you know? I'm only gonna come at you when I need you, and to make sure that you're there when I need you, I'm gonna marry you. Like, that's the wrong attitude, right? It's more about like that 1,000 Years song. I've been waiting centuries. My soul's been waiting centuries to marry you, you know? Like, I have to be with you. I have to be. I'm getting emotional. I have to be with you. I have to be with the craft. And it's not so much about being one with the craft, because I believe that a relationship is in the shape of a heart. You're over here, and your partner, the partner, is over here, and there's a blending, but you're still separate entities, you know? And so like I said before, my romantic brain picked a wedding out of the ether, the very sacred contract, the sacred symbol of a wedding. And that it blew my mind. It blew my mind because I'm very symbolic in my craft. I'm very, there's a reason why it popped up, and it's because a wedding, a marriage, a certificate, a commitment, or not a certificate, a commitment, is a sacred symbol. It is. A marriage is a sacred symbol. And so I decided that I was going to marry the craft, and I went about, like I said, taking some notes on how this was all going to play out, and the reasons why I wanted to do it. Okay, you know, like you do with a real partner, you go with a pros and cons list. You know, like things you can live with, things you can't, you know, things that you can't. Okay, and whether they're deal breakers, things like that. You go through the same thing in a human relationship. So I went through this process for a while now. Knew I wanted it around Samhain, but I didn't want it on the full moon. You know, like the couple of days before Samhain this year, 2023. I knew I didn't want it on the full moon, and I knew I didn't want it on the new moon, because this isn't a new relationship. I am not brand new to the craft. We already have a relationship. So I decided that the first quarter moon, which is tonight, It would be the perfect moon to do it under. It's a great moon for commitment. And as a lunar witch, I guess you could say, of my many witchcraft titles, I knew that I needed it to be under a specific moon energy, and I needed it to be ritualized. So I went through the process of thinking, okay, in terms of a ceremony, in terms of this ritual, this wedding ritual, what would I need, right? I knew I needed some kind of altar, right? Like you would if you're getting really married, like a some sort of an arch, or just an altar to stand at. I think that's also a witchy thing that marriages, that weddings do, is have this arch altar thing. Okay, so I knew I needed that, and I was going to make that, and I knew I wanted it in the backyard, so I got that set up, got the place, and made some things to go out there to act as the altar. And then I knew I wanted to write vows to speak out loud during the ceremony. I knew I wanted to pull some tarot cards because I'm a tarot, I love tarot. So I came up with a relationship spread, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to take my journal out. I'm not going to walk down the aisle, and there's no sacred jewelry involved, but you probably could like have some sort of consecrated piece of jewelry to act as ritualizing, the commitment to whatever. But I'm not going to use jewelry. I'm gonna use, I've got some yarn that I'm gonna braid during the ritual, and then use it in like a self hand fasting kind of a thing, in terms of the commitment, like after the vows is said. That's gonna be kind of the ring. It's gonna be the yarn, the hand fasting. But I'm gonna braid it ritualistically at the altar of the wedding, and then speak my vows. And so it's been really cool. Also, what's really cool is that my actual husband is very supportive of this. He was kind of excited. He knows me, okay? So he was like, wow, this is right up your dark alley, and so I talked to him about it, told him what all I was thinking, and he thought it was so me. He thought it was me, and he thought that it was, like he knew it was, he could tell it was important to me. So he got me some flowers, like a small bouquet, and then a personal cake, like from the grocery store, because he was like, what's a wedding without cake? And I just thought that was so sweet. And it kind of acts as like the old cake and ale thing, where you have cake after ritual to ground you, because ritual can be so powerful that you need something to kind of ground yourself. Bam. So in terms of ritual, it's gonna be so great. Like, I'm relaxing right now. It's still in the middle of the day. I'm gonna do this at night. Set out my candles. I've already got the altar set up out there, but I kind of wanted to touch on, it doesn't have to be, I wanted to touch on the fact that it doesn't have to be as elaborate as I'm making it. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not going full on white dress, flowers everywhere, witnesses, like none of that. I did it as simply as I could, but I really knew I wanted to make it a real wedding. So I'm doing what I can for that. Plus, I don't want to stress myself out too bad, but this could be something as symbolic as as symbolic as you walking up to your altar that you already have, and doing some kind of like simple ritual at the altar. It doesn't have to be like full blown wedding. This could just be something that you say out loud, in a ritual way. So. You can go as elaborate and hopeless romantic as you want. I just decided that I needed this actual ceremony. I knew I wanted a certificate, so I made one myself, and I'm gonna like ritualistically sign my name on the dotted line later, and it's just gonna be so great, I'm writing I wrote some vows already, so that's good. Anyway, it's just so crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of like really excited. Like I said before, I have waited forever to do this. Cannot believe I'm doing this, you guys. Super excited. Like a real wedding. It's kind of cool because I usually, this earring won't go in. Gosh. The backyard looks so pretty all lit up. They're so cute. They say under a spell. And yes, my damn bathroom is fucking blue, okay? You know, people told me, they were like, Lennon, you don't know what you're messing with when you get into the craft. You better know before you commit, you know? You better know what you're getting into. And after years, you know, of having a commitment, right? It's like a redo. It's like a recommitment. Okay. Put this damn makeup on just for me to take it off, you know. Need a little glamour magic. I am marrying the craft. It's gonna be so cute. Because like when I came up with this idea, I'm not gonna share everything, but when I came up with this idea, I wanted to really go all out as best as I could. And I don't know, it's working out so well. Okay. I don't know why I'm looking at you guys. I'm not even wearing like real makeup. Just, at this point, it's like costume makeup. I've got like, it's a Halloween palette. Oops, sorry, there's my bathroom. Caught in my web. How appropriate. I was already wearing this blue, but this blue on this side doesn't look as strong, so I gotta be, you know, even. Blue matches the night sky. The moon's out. It's a first quarter moon tonight, and those are really good moons for commitment. Most people do their like big ceremonies on the full moon. I usually do most of my workings on the new moon, but I was so busy making my awards. Check them out. I've made even more since just leave my hair down. Yeah, I'll leave my hair down. I'm not gonna go too crazy. What was I gonna say? Oh, the moons. I was talking about the moons. Anyway, I usually do my workings on the new moon, but I was doing my wards and stuff because my house needed a revamp for real. It's on the flip liner, I think having my hair down and it's best is down, wild, you know, not just my untamed soul. So anyway, I'm doing it in the first quarter because those are good moons, because it's, to me, the first quarter isn't waxing and it's not waning. It's like a very good letting go of the old and becoming new, a rebirth all in one. It's the perfect time of year. I'm gonna go barefoot. Because I'm always barefoot as a grounding technique. Let's see what we went into. Oh my god, it's so perfect that the moon is in this shot. Oh, I'm so excited. So I got a small like altar thing set up out here with a small bistro table and some lovely candles. I made a pentagram out of some sticks while I was doing my wards, but I couldn't figure out like what to do with it. So when this idea popped up, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like the highlight of this commitment ceremony altar. Sorry about the traffic. So super good. I've got my dress on. I didn't like walk down the aisle or anything. It's not like that. I just walked out here dressed up in my sweater, and I'm gonna journal a little bit and pull some cards. And as per like a hand fasting ritual earlier, I'm not gonna show you what I'm gonna like me doing it, but I've tied together 3 pieces of string yarn, and I'm gonna braid it together. Let's get my hair out of the way. I'm gonna braid them together as a form of like the commitment and wrap them around my hands as I'm like in a hand fasting. So that would be awesome. I do want to share the tarot reading with you guys, but I'll probably do that in like tomorrow, like because this is vlog. I'll probably like just concentrate for the rest of the time I have out here on the commitment aspect of the ceremony, and then like tell you about it tomorrow, because I think a lot of what I'm going to do tonight is pretty personal. So see y'all on the flip side. Can't believe I'm getting married. It was so intense. So intense. Can't even believe how powerful I feel right now. I guess everybody cries at weddings, right? But I feel so... I just had the most intense tarot reading too, like after the fact. I might tell y'all about it, but for now the ceremony is over. I've signed my name on the dotted line. And go inside and eat some cake.